Hello, this is Warren, and this is James and Warren Lockdown Movie Talk. I'm with the host, James Johnson.
Hello, yes, and welcome to the Blue Tower here in Manchester. This is a Blue Tower production, and today we're going to be talking about the Beyond.
The boring Beyond. Yeah, it was pretty boring. I had to fast forward it. But anyway, we'll get that into the podcast. So what is it, Beyond in 1983, was it?
No, I think it was 1981. 1981.
91, there you go. Welcome to the podcast.
When was the first one? Yes, so we'll be talking about the horror film The Beyond from the Italian director. What was he called now? Luciano Fulci. And it's a sequel of sorts from his 1981 Beyond the City of the Dead, where one of the seven gates of hell is opened up in a Louisiana hotel. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's pretty much it, really. Randomly in Louisiana, it's French, isn't it? Oh, sorry, Italiano. It's got Italiano people in it with random USA people in it, hasn't it?
From reading up on it, I did a bit of deep dive on the whole Beyond film. It's quite interesting. But all the actors are English speaking, but the director could not speak a word of English, and he directed by miming what he wanted people to do. He did have a translator on set, but he mostly just mimed what he wanted his actors to do. So most of it was shot in the USA with some post-production back in Italy.
Fun fact, Luci Fiaccio was the librarian in the movie.
Was it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there weren't any... All right, I thought there were some foreign people there.
No, I don't think so. No.
Right, because the last one he was, wasn't he?
Yeah, there were one. No, might be one or two, but yeah, that's what I got from it. So, like I said, this is the second of his trilogy of these gateways of hell opening up. The first one, like I said, was the 1980 Beyond the City of Dead, which we did do a review a number of weeks back. If you want to go back, delve into the archives of that. Now, this film has got a lot of tropes from this particular director, lots of close-up of eyes and lots of gruesome stuff happening to faces and things like that. And the music's very much on brand, I would say.
Yeah, it is pretty much on brand, isn't it? I just felt it was pretty boring. I've got a confession to make. I actually fast forward it in certain areas.
Well, there's not much of a plot. We'll start off at the beginning. So we go back in time. It's all filmed in sepia, so it's like a brownie tint.
Hang on a minute. And you forgot our format. You forgot to ask me for the synopsis.
Oh yeah, sorry. What's the synopsis of the film, Warren?
This is from Rotten Tomatoes, and I'll do a fun fact on the Rotten Tomatoes information bit. Gruesome deaths occur when a woman inherits a hotel that is one of the 7 gateways to hell. And according to the cast and crew on Rotten Tomatoes, David Mitchell was in it. He played Dr. John McCabe. Yeah, the guy who played the guy from Peep Show, he was in it.
No, I think that's a typo, that, isn't it?
Well, he's got his picture there and everything.
Yeah, no, it was. He definitely wasn't in it. No.
He did. Well, he definitely played a doctor, John McCabe.
So we've got a tagline. I've got the Italian poster here. It's got the tagline. I'll say it in Italian. E tu vivere nel terror. And what's the translation for that one?
And you will live in terror! ! The afterlife.
Yeah, I think all our Italian fans probably saying that I butchered that quite nicely for them.
And well, I'll have a go. El Tivire nel Torero l'Alvedo. Is that it? El Tiviro nel Testro nelle Torre.
I would say stick to English one.
El Bizzinato lì, Biatinato. Bietamiato. Beyond. Right, okay, right. Beyond. Right. So basically the it's black and white. Is it black and white the first couple of minutes, isn't it?
It's black and white sepia sort of thing, and
With rats.
It's focuses on a very spooky looking hotel that appears to be in a swamp, because some locals have decided to descend on this hotel, and some have go into the hotel in a boat, and it's very atmospheric, and then they get there, and then all of a sudden another set of locals arrive in a car. Imagine the logistic nightmare of that meeting. So we've got a group of in cars and a group in a boat.
It's a pincer movement, that is.
Right, okay. So the boat starts first, and then the car will start second, and we'll all meet up, right? So yeah, so they converge on this hotel. So the plan is there's this artiste in the hotel, and he's painting a picture. Now this picture is very significant. I'd almost call it a Chekhov painting, wouldn't you, Warren?
Well, yeah. Well, it is a Czech. It is the thing that kind of like bookends the film, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Without giving any spoilers, but it really, really does.
It predicts the future, though, doesn't it? It predicts future.
So this painter is painting this really grey landscape, and you can see like bodies in this painting, and these locals break down the door, and they call him a warlock, don't they? They say they call him, accuse him of being a warlock.
Yeah, is that a male witch?
I think so. It could be. Yeah,
that's a warlock's a male witch.
So they grab hold of him and they take him down to the cellar, and they kill him by putting like acid soda thing. I can't really know.
Good effect though.
But he melts his
face.
Melts his face, and they brick him up in the cellar, and this paint, and so
they nail him to the wall.
Oh yeah, yeah. So he dies. So we fast forward to the future, and this spunky young New Yorker female,
1981,
inherits this rather run-down hotel in Louisiana, and she's doing it all up, and you notice when, because so she's from New York, and she's inherited all this, so she wants to make a run of this hotel, doesn't she?
Yeah.
And she's got this other bloke there. I don't know who he is, but bloke there with her, and she's showing around the house and stuff like that. And one of the builders sees a woman, don't he?
Yeah, it's called Larry. I call him Shit Larry because he falls from the actual.
So he sees a woman with milky eyes, and he falls off, and he goes, the eyes. So that's the first thing that's a bit spooky about this about this hotel.
Woman with the milky. Well, she actually turns up, doesn't she? In the middle of the goddamn motorway with a dog.
Yeah, she's a recurring character. So then we're introduced to one of the other main characters, who's the doctor, who says he needs a hospital because he's just fallen like.
Well, yeah,
20 feet off.
They phone him up, and then he comes, and then he makes it down. Well, he's got to go to the doctor. He's got to go to hospital now.
He's got to go to doctors.
Well,
all right, cheers.
Well, I could have told you that.
Yeah, and so this is where all the spooky stuff starts to happen. Now, along with the hotel comes two people, Arthur and Martha. You notice them?
I didn't notice him. Yeah,
because Arthur was continuously sweating He's like every time he appeared on the screen, he was like, I thought, are these ghosts? Are they what? And the woman goes, oh yeah, they came as part of the hotel. So I thought, oh, are they like the guardians of the gate or
No.
gatekeepers? Are they spooky, supernatural?
No.
At one point, Arthur is found in our leading lady's bedroom, saying he wants to in air brackets, air quotation, keys. But I suspect he's really after something else in a bedroom.
Well, yeah. I mean, you'd expect that, but they don't really. I'm saying they don't really use the characters that much, do they? I mean, he's sweating profusely, but there's no reason why no one else is sweating apart from him.
Yeah.
And then what is it?
He's definitely a sex pest.
Yeah.
I don't even know if the brother or sister or husband or wife, Arthur and Martha.
No.
It never really goes into it.
I just think they're employees, but then Joe turns up, doesn't he? Joe the plumber.
Yeah, poor Joe the plumber. So down in the cellar, it's flooding. It's a flooded basement.
I like how Joe, comes straight into the job and starts having a fag straight away.
Yeah.
He goes straight away, like, what's the problem? Yeah, the basement's completely flooded with water.
So he goes downstairs and he then finds the leak and he then starts pulling off the wall and he finds this other room and he finds the decaying corpse of the artist in there, and then all of a sudden this corpse reanimates and gouges out Joe's eyes.
Yeah, gouges out his eyes completely, and then he falls down, and then what is it? Then the blind lady comes back and plays the piano, that spooky piano music.
Well, what's she called, the female owner now? I can't keep calling her female owner. What's she called? Is it Lizzie? It's Lizzie, isn't it?
Let's have a look at the cast, shall we? Catherine, Lizzie Merron. Lizzie Merron.
Lizzie. Right. So she goes into town after the worker falls off. So all this is happening now while she's away, and so she goes into town, and then all of a sudden she's driving down this long bridge over a vast body of water, and this blind girl with the milky eyes and a dog appears in front of her. Now this is the girl who the builder saw. And we're going, oh, right, this is a bit strange. And she stops the car and she gets in. And then they start talking, don't they, with each other, acting like mates. And she's on about the hotel, isn't she? She's warning her about the hotel.
Yeah. She's moaning. She's warning about the evil spirits. And then, like, Catherine says, no, I'm not having any of this rubbish. Go away. But I said, no, I've told you, go back to New York or wherever you come from.
Yeah, she warns her about this. So while she's in town, she then randomly meets back up with the doctor who originally went to the house, and they decide to go to a bar, don't they? And she goes into a backstory about how she worked as a secretary, and all the other 80s tropes of females in New York. Fashion designer, I think was one as well, wasn't there?
Was she a fashion designer?
Yeah, waitress and all sorts. And then the doctor randomly gets a phone call in the bar, and he's told that there's been an accident with Joe the plumber.
Oh, right, yeah. I mean, that explains it, because he gets quickly put into the morgue, doesn't he?
Yeah, so we get stuff in the morgue. And so we're in the morgue, and they've hooked up corpses to like an electronic heart meter, don't they? And I didn't understand why they were... It was like a big deal. It's like they carefully showed... the monitors, I thought, oh, what they're doing here? They're trying to reanimate the corpse, but he never really clarified exactly what was going on at the morgue.
No, not a clue. But then it kind of like brushes over that, and all of a sudden Joe's wife turns up with a little girl. Don't
Yeah, so Joe's wife turns up and just goes into the morgue, lets her in there.
I thought that's a bit random. I mean, like something weird's happened to Joe. His eyes has been gouged out. He's been found down in the basement in water, and like it's like, well, the wife just go out, have a go in, have a look, and then that's it. And text the girl in as well.
Well, so the
one of the girls outside.
So the wife dresses Joe in his best tux by herself in a morgue, and all of a sudden, so a jar starts to shake. Is that right? On a cupboard.
Yeah.
And then it switches to the girl who's outside, and she can hear a scream from her mother. So she then runs in to the morgue, and she sees her mum lying down on the floor, and this jar of, well, it's supposed to be acid, has tipped over by itself, and it's dripping slowly onto her mum's face. Now this is quite horrific because it just shows. Obviously, it's a model, but the head has been slowly dissolved by this acid, and this poor girl, how old is she? About 13-year-old girl, is screaming away. It's quite a long sequence, and the blood is steadily flowing around flowing towards her, this big pool of blood. She's trying to get out, but she can't get out for some reason.
Yeah.
And she's just screaming and screaming and screaming and screaming. And then it just cuts. Boom. Done it.
Well, she did. I got to say that was kind of one of the better scenes. I mean, like the morgue's completely white, isn't it? I mean, and the floor's white as well. So the blood dripping slowly towards this girl, this poor girl. She's called Emily. I think she Emily's her name. And she goes.
Yeah. So there's a scene where they have Joe's and the wife's funeral, and you see the girl, and she's looking down on the floor, and the priest is doing his stuff, and then I think the last shot is the girl looks up, and she's got milky eyes now, hasn't she?
The young girl's been possessed, hasn't she?
She's blind.
No, she's possessed, isn't she?
No, I think she's blind.
How could she be blind all of it? No, she's possessed. That's the whole thing. You know when they're possessed, they go like milky colour, don't they?
No, I think it's just a curse. I think she's been cursed by blindness. There's no because she doesn't come back and try and haunt them. But then she just I think the demon, rather than kill her or whatever, has just blinded her. I think.
Really, you took her that way from it? No,
yeah,
I just
because if she'd been possessed, I think she would have been a bit more prominent in the film. I think it's just she was cursed with blindness after seeing her mum and dad die.
Yeah, if you say so. So what is it now? Where? Because I haven't seen this for a while. I took some notes.
Yeah. So we get the plot. Like I said, is pretty thin on the ground. So there's one scene. I think this is the most the goriest scene in the whole film. Is the one where the friend of Liz, she's called Lizzie.
Dr. Emily, is it Emily?
No, so at the beginning of the film, the owner of the hotel has got this male friend, and he goes to the library, and he's looking at he's looking for the plans for the hotel, and he finds the plans for the hotel, and he starts looking at them. And he sees that there's like it's actually supposed to be bigger than it is. I think he's like okay, why is it doing this? And then all of a sudden there's a flash of lightning and he falls down to the floor, and he's out cold, and then all of a sudden, you just see in the background tarantulas
yeah.
scurrying towards this prone male.
The staple of all 80s horror.
It's quite scary. I mean the sounds that they use. It is quite horrific.
Apparently, the sound mixing on that is used in Spider-Man 2002 film.
Is it?
Yeah. There's a little music cue when Peter Parker gets bitten on his thing, and there's a little sound cue on there, and I recognised it as soon as it does, and there's a certain cue of the music, and I heard it in Spider-Man 2002. It's on YouTube. I found it.
I'll have to look at that. So it's very this scene itself took almost 3 weeks to complete, and it's combined of mechanical spiders, real spiders, fake heads, and it's a long sequence, and you just see these tarantulas going towards this male, and you see the spiders, the little pincers eating his eyeballs, and they pluck his eyeballs out and get his tongue, and they start biting his tongue, start ripping his tongue out, and it's just horrific. It's just horrible how he dies.
It took his time, didn't it?
Yeah, well, like I said, it's definitely he liked his body horror. So these tarantulas just eat this person's head, and so he dies. Back at the hotel, Arthur dies, doesn't he? He's dragged into the water. He's died, and he dies.
I got to be honest with you, I fast forward this bit.
So he dies.
I got bored with it.
Martha is.
I was saying to myself,
killed.
where is this Seven Gates of Hell going to appear?
So we steadily get a lot more killings, and at one point Lizzie sees someone crucifixed to the wall. Now the doctor thinks that she's mad, and she's saying, "You're imagining all this," and she talks about the woman with the milky eyes, and he goes, "What woman? Who you talking about?" Yeah, the woman who's blind with a dog. She lives on the corner of wherever, and he goes, "No one lives there," and she's like, "Yeah, I was there. She lives at the house," and he goes, "No, she doesn't." And it shows a scene where he goes to the house, and it's all abandoned, and he finds a book, doesn't he? The Ebola book. I can't remember.
It's called the Ebenina.
Yeah, so that book
Ebony.
was in the City of the Living Dead, or whatever it's called.
It? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So it gets creepier and creepier, and we get the scene where so it's steadily getting big climax, and the girl with the milky eyes, she's I don't know where she is. She's in a living room or whatever, and she's like talking to someone. She says, "Right, I've done what you've asked me to do," and then you start seeing the corpses around her, and she says, "I've done everything you've wanted me to do. Now, can you let me go?" And they're all converging on her, and her dog, he then barks at the these zombies or whatever, and the dog attacks one of the zombies, and does what a dog does, and then all the other corpses disappear, don't they? And you're thinking, oh, she must have done some deal, to get back to life, and and this is the worst. So she's there, and she goes, "Oh, thanks for that, Rex," or whatever the dog was called. We're free now. We're free. And then all of a sudden, the dog bites her on the neck.
Oh right, I think I must have missed it this bit because I fast forwarded it. Did he?
Yeah.
All
so
right.
so so this poor woman was brought back to try and get rid of or whatever. Her own dog then just goes for her throat and savages her. So her own dog kills her.
Right. I didn't realise that.
Yep. Yep.
And then what happened?
So then we get so the good doctor and Lizzie end up at the mortuary where all this is going. So they start getting chased by more zombies in the hospital, and for some reason the little girl is there as well, isn't she? They find the girl.
Yeah, the evil girl. That's what that's my impression of her. Because like she was evil, and then she just gets her head blown off. Doesn't she? She gets her head blown off.
Does she?
Yeah, she gets shot. Her head just goes poof.
Oh, I can't remember that. I mean, it is two weeks ago. I watched this film. So they must dispatched her then. So in the hospital, the doctor and Lizzie, they're being chased, aren't they? They're being chased by the zombies, and they're running around all over the place. And then they go down some stairs, don't they? Some circular stairs, and they end up back in the cellar of the hotel. And you're like, what's going on?
Yeah, well, she even says, why are we here?
And it's just like, I don't know. So we start walking, and it gradually starts to, the atmosphere changes, and then all of a sudden it alters position, the camera, and the cellar's gone, and it's blackness, and they say, where are we? And you can see the landscape. Now the landscape is the exact same landscape as the as a painting in the painter was doing.
The warlock was doing the painter.
Yeah.
Things. Bookshelf
Yeah.
itself. It's there.
Yeah,
It was.
so-
Was he predicting the future?
So they're now in the landscape, and you can see all the grey bodies that was in the painting, and then the
Fun fact about the bodies. Do you want to know?
is it fun?
Fun fact: it was actual human people
All right.
who were paid in alcohol to just lie there naked. Fun fact.
All right.
Fun fact.
Fair enough. So they're surrounded by the artwork now. So they're in the painting, and then it cuts to their faces, and they've got milky eyes. They're blind. So now they're trapped in this painting, blinded. Now some people think that they're in hell. We don't know. I mean, it cuts, bang, done.
Yeah.
End.
The end, and now we've got another. Are we watching the other program, the other film? Is that on it?
I'm not sure where it is. I'm not even sure what it's called.
I don't think I want to watch it. I
Um,
don't want to
But
watch
this
it.
is, I've read some mixed reviews about it. Some say it's one of his best work, his masterpiece.
Oh, God,
Some
really?
Some people say, like you said, it's completely rubbish, no plot. It's got a bit of a cult following in some circles. Would I watch it again? I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
I would definitely not watch it. I would bury it before I'd watch it. I know. I don't know why people think this is great. I mean, I saw his first one and I was like, wow, this is pretty.
I think the practical
The practical effects, yeah, were great.
I mean, it's supposed to be 7 gates of hell, so I'm not sure why it's only a trilogy. I think it would have been 7 gates of hell.
Yeah.
Would have been 7 movies.
Movies.
Dealing with the 7 gates of hell. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm only putting it out there. I'm the ideas man. If anyone wants to make a updated version of this and do seven, it's a franchise, an IP. That's
Yeah.
Disney. you need some content, come to me. I'll give you the ideas. I love the Mickey Mouse dollar money. Yeah. So
now,
Blue Tower.
when
James
was
Johnson.
when was this first streamed? When was it first streamed?
2015.
Ooh, so close, so close. March 15th, 2016. It was a gross box office of £123,000. And the actual budget was £400,000. I think it's 416,000 pesetas. I think it was.
It's Italian. It's lira.
No. Hang on a minute. No. That is the euro. That is the. Yeah, it got 400. It grossed 416. It says here dollars. It says here £747 million, but that can't be right. 400. I think it's definitely $416,000. It did because it didn't actually get to America until early 2000s, I think, or something like that. So it didn't do well in the box office. The house, that hotel is an actual house.
Yeah. You can. There's a few pictures of it.
It's called the Historical Oats House in Mandeville, Louisiana. So it's an actual real life house that you can go into.
Yeah, the film was actually banned in England. It was because of the gore. It was part of the. It's like thought it was too disturbing, so it was actually banned when that was a thing in the 80s.
Okay, I've got it here. Sorry, the Beyond was released in the cinemas in Italy on 29th of April 1981, where it grossed 747 million liras in its internal run. It did okay for business. Okay for business. It wasn't. I mean, it hasn't. Even on Rotten Tomatoes, it's got nothing on it really. It hasn't got any reviews on it. Oh, is it? No.
Well, perhaps through this podcast and all our fans out there,
get it to number one.
Yeah, get it watched, get it reviewed. Give us a comment about your experience of watching the film, the Chekhov Army, as I like to call you out there. From New York to Japan, we've got all fans. Have you been getting a lot of Facebook requests? I don't know if it's Russian bots trying to get in contact with me, but I don't accept any.
No, I've not.
I've just been getting loads of, but I don't. But some look odd and some look genuine. So I don't know if it's our fans out there trying to get in contact with me. Right. Anything else about this film?
No, I've got nothing. So I fast forward it. I didn't even realise the woman got bitten by a dog.
That was kind of a key point in the whole film.
Boring. It was boring. Very boring. Anyway, shall we get on with your quiz?
Yes. Who synopsis is it anyway?
Wait.
The game show that is sweeping the nation.
Sweeping the nation.
Whose synopsis is it anyway?
Yeah, so this is part of the show where one of us has to guess the synopsis of a movie based on a book that we bought. It's called the VHS Video Cover Arts. A very nice book by Thomas. What's he called? Thomas Hodge. So what happens is that Warren will read out the title of the film. Based on that, I will try and guess the synopsis of the film. If I get that from the title, I will get 3 points. If I don't get that, Warren will then read out the tagline from the movie. If I get it from that, I get 2 points. If I don't get it, if I don't get it, then he will describe the artwork, and if I get it from that, I will get 1 point. So over to you, Warren, for whose synopsis is it anyway?
Right. Okay. The old title is Death Flash.
Death Flash. Right. So, Death Flash. It sounds to me like some kind of weapon has been invented, and it is being used by a ruthless gang in an area of America, and I've got a vigilante who's trying to stop this gang from using it. I think we're spot on there.
No.
I
think you got the only word you got right was vigilante.
Oh right, okay.
Do you want the? Do you want the
for 2 points? Yes,
for the
for 2 points.
Okay, the tagline is 2 killers, 1 a cop killer.
Just to do that again.
2 cops, 1 a cop. Sorry, 2 killers, 1 a cop killer.
Ooh. I think this sounds like a revenge plot. So you've got a cop killer who has killed a cop. Obviously, that's why he's got cop killer. The cop had a partner who in the job, and the cop killer has got away with killing the cop, and the cop is out for revenge.
Not really, no. You want? No, you got the revenge sort of right, but you're gonna have the cover, aren't you? Really?
For 1 point.
Yeah, for 1 point. Okay, so you got a guy, and he's got a big gun. He's shooting.
Is this drawn?
Yeah, it's drawn. Yeah. Beside him, there's a helicopter, a man dropping out of it, and then he's having a fight in a pool hall. There's a car crash on it, and a man on fire, and that's about it. That's all you've got.
Oh God, this is God. Cop has his family killed, and he's out for revenge. Boom, done it.
Right.
Game over.
Yeah, you've got. Sorry, hang on. This book's really massive and it's really hard to. No, well, okay. So, you got 1 point. Yeah, you got. Yeah. Do you want the synopsis?
Yes, that's
Okay, here we go. So, undercover vice cop Johnny Franco is
Classic
a man
name.
on the edge.
Of course.
His marriage to a much younger and a very attractive Fiona is falling apart, and it's beginning to look as if she may be playing around. Anne, his 16-year-old daughter by the previous marriage, is at the troublesome crossover age when a child turns to a woman, and he's just killed a man in the line of duty, the second within a month. When Johnny catches Fiona with her lover, it's a last straw. The lover dies and Johnny is imprisoned, charged with murder. But his bitterness turns to anger when he hears that Anne, his daughter, has been dragged down in a sordid life of drugs and prostitution, and his anger turns to revenge.
That's a bit dark.
Breaking out, he becomes both the pursuer and the pursuer in a savage and breathtaking race to find his daughter and the men behind the racket. But what he finds is dirtier than he could have imagined, more corrupt, more powerful, and more deadly.
That sounds like a perfect family viewing for a Saturday night. That.
Yeah, it was distributed by New Dimension, released in 1986. Artist by Claudio Casararo. Yeah, it was drawn. PG. It was an 18.
Yeah, well, if any of you guys out there have seen this movie, let us know down below. Sounds rather enjoyable.
Mm-hmm. And where can they find you on the tweeters and the Instagram.
Well, for the Instagrams, it's James Robert Johnson, and on the Twitter, it's Woodcop77. Like I said, give us a DM. Let us know.
Yeah,
what you think of it.
And you can find me on Mr. Beard MCR on the Instagram and on the Twitter as well. And I do another podcast, the One Chef One Pandemic podcast. You can find that on the old Apple Podcasts and Spotify as well. Yeah.
Since we're still in lockdown, and of course you'll be watching all the movies that we've been reviewing here. Hopefully not fast forwarding it through the most important parts of it. But there are other bits of content out there, isn't there? So I've found The Servant on Apple TV.
Oh yeah.
I can highly recommend that. It's in the second series now, and it's really, really good film. TV series, well worth a binge watch. It does star. What's he called? Rupert Grint. Is it the guy from Harry Potter?
Harry Potter, yeah, the ginger egg kid,
the ginger one. I've never watched Harry Potter, so I love
it. I've watched every single one.
I didn't go into it with thinking he's a wizard or anything else. So, but don't let that put you off. The Servant, Apple TV, definitely watch that.
And I haven't really watched it. I've been watching anything horror really. I haven't really. I was going to watch The Red Dot, and that looks like a bit of a horror chase. That's on Netflix, and that's about it really. But yeah, that's about it really, isn't it, for the podcast? Well, we're back next week. What we're doing?
Don't know. We'll have to have a look at the Amazon catalogue. Most of these films are on Amazon. Free to watch. Netflix has, I think we run out of stuff on Netflix, haven't we, for the 1980s? But yeah. Amazon has stepped up to the plate, as it were.
It certainly has. Right, okay. Well, that's it from me. I will catch you later. And anything else?
Oh, you doing the after show party?
Yes,
which I'm not invited to.
I might be doing that. I don't know yet. I might. See, I've got time.
I just get locked in this studio.
Okay.
Off the party.
Well, there you go. Right. Okay. I gotta go. See you later. Bye.
Stay safe.
Bye.